quick lab game real quick.
Pinch defense.
I already said that part.
Back, but I run them down because they're part of the run defense, and then I just hard that.
Lab real quick.
Blitzing my user
For a league game.
have a little bit more range of motion and mobility, but you can see there's nothing really here. There's no real inside runs, no real outside runs. So the only thing, the only thing about this defense is you are undersized a lot of times. But like I said, if you have good safeties, you're playing much, you can easily give yourself a boost in size and put some good safeties and linebackers and stuff in there, and it doesn't feel that way. But you can see there's really no holes. I'm using it pretty easily as well, which really shouldn't be the case. They're coming out. This is a 2 tight end set. Probably gonna have no issue shutting this down in no time. Like I said, if I got a few seconds to bring these safeties down, if they're really pounding the ball, I'm due for a safety at the end of the day. That's something that you could also do to kick it up a notch. But there's just no real holes here because the safeties play down like that. There's no real gaps, no real lanes. So another play that I actually put out in the pen, which still is one of the better plays in the game as far as defense and cross 3 5. So it's going to pick that cross 3 5 press. The offensive side, we're going to go ramp and gun. So this play here, once again, all I'm really going to do is pinch this defensive line. Typically, we're going to spread these guys, and then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put all my linebackers, although I got hit the D-pad twice on my bad, it's the D-pad to the right, up on the right stick, and you're going to zone all. What this is going to do is just kind of creates a cluster of zones right over the middle.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene.
Follow a lot better, so that's pretty much it. I'm just going to cloud the middle there, and then I typically use one of these defensive ends to drop back and kind of free run. So now there's really nothing going to be open. You can see the quarterback's not going to wait. He's just going to take off because there's not going to be any opening against a defense like this in the past. One of the points where I use this play the most is sometimes like to do inside the 10, inside the 20. I find it's one of the best defenses to run. You don't want to get too close because obviously you with a distance like this, I pull this out quite a bit because it's just impossible. There's no way to throw the ball. One of the few issues that this play could have is it is a cover 3, so at the end of the day, this plays the glitch cover 3, but at this distance, nothing will get open. There will be nothing open. That's why I run this play so much. You can see Josh Allen's just going to keep taking off because he knows it. So this is a perfect distance for this. Like I said, you don't want to run this inside the 5 unless you know you got a pass-happy player.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to South Florida and Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. The excitement brewing here in South Florida. So a moment ago, the Dolphin starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up.
Let's see if we can take advantage of this man's wife in the back.
Greg's Irvine now. He'll handle the honors to get us started. We are underway from Miami. Here comes Jalen Waddle from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been.
I still find that man coverage is one of the better, plays to run. Man coverage is still pretty tight. I feel like it's as good as it was. Still taking nothing really open. That's kind of the trend of this video. I touched on the 3-4 under. Now, this particular play that I'm going to show you guys today, I actually found when I was lagging in the book, I was actually messing around with Tennessee Titans playbook a little bit. And I found a very good blitz out of the 3-4 under that just so happened to be the Kansas City Chiefs defensive blitz.
Now the former Washington Husky, here's Myles Gaskin. And he'll wind up with about 6.
God damn it.
As far as what you want to have in what positions here, I would say most important positions to have speed would probably be this linebacker here, and Willie Gay, and then the other spot would probably be this other thing. But I'm not really sure the Chiefs don't have a ton of speed on paper, so I'm going to show you guys some variations you can cover. Ultimately, this is pretty much it. Now, as far as a lot of people ask me about doing these drop and stuff like that, and coaching adjustments. On a play like this, I'd probably go 12 flats, 20, maybe 12 flats, 5, regular flats, maybe 5. You could
6 yards on that last play. You're 2nd and 4.
Where I would have 5 flats at most of the time.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun.
The goal is picked out. You're probably big ball.
And he's going to find his man in the backfield. That's complete.
Good shit.
Before they work it across midfield.
I like it.
a nice route.
Involved in the passing game, and you know you create those great mismatches, throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
A lot of times it will
Forced out to his left. Down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the stretch. It's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And a good burst there right from the start. The 35.
Right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Off the play action. Tongue by Lowe. Blitz coming.
Good shit, fellas. Good shit.
The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
And of course, the guy that I'm supposed to be covering is the guy that makes the catch because I'm not.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Another try after the first down sack. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Damn.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Let's just let this blitz get home one time before we go over the different variations that you can run. Because this plays a good base defense too. It's not just the blitz.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Ooh, good shit.
And he's going to grab the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up the first down.
To his throw here, taken in by Gesicki.
Kind of slow over there, my nigga. What the fuck?
If you're running out well, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there? Toe tap. You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
You can easily just switch it up.
8 yards to go on 2nd down. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa.
Good shit. Good deep.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion.
2 more times, fellas. 2 more times. Let's get this turnover.
So watching the replay, once again, like I said, this guy here, who's like the original blitzer, he will come in free a lot of times. You can see, I don't know why he decided to slow down, pass off. Like I said, it works a lot better. You see we're still having success. This guy here off the edge, it almost looks like I think he has pass. I'm not even 100% sure right there.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Osa Odighizuwa. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. Sanders' kick is good. And the opening drive for the
All right, we'll take that. We'll take that.
They moved the ball pretty well there on the opening drive.
Good deep, fellas.
Settling for 3.
I don't think they're happy about settling for 3, but I think you're exactly right with the word okay because they threw it well, they ran it well. Excellent balance for the first drive of the game.
Pollard to return from the end zone. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
You're not going to get as much pressure as you would as you set up your blitz conversion. But there's a couple of things you get in these 3 right here. If one of these guys crosses, a lot of times the 3 rep will get better. So I would usually this guy, like I said, this is something where you can usually that guy can maybe borrow this guy here. There's a couple different things you can do, but you can definitely set up like a normal defense. A normal all zone, max zone type of defense, and you can see we're still getting pressure. Nothing gets open as the guys taking another sack. So, like I said, a very good defense, a very good play.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
So that's why this particular play
Zeke with it, breaks the tackle. He's got room.
Oh, motherfucker.
Beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs, because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
Because I try to give myself the best challenge possible. Since we're going to be doing a run-stopping video with a run-stopping defense.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
You got to try it. I like to do people.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly nice job there by the defense, rallying to the football, getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second and 8. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. Here's Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. 2 1st downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Again to Elliott. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind
Fuck that up.
All right, it was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
I'll take it. Get up, get up.
It's down close to a 1st down at about the Dolphins' 44.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That's a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this 1st half, one that's featured no touchdowns.
Wow.
So his job's a little bit deep.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Yeah, Madden helped me out. Madden helped me out a whole lot.
Able to shed some tackles, and Ezekiel Elliott does just that on this latest run.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that had me losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3.
Since I'm trying to make the point of how well they play the run, I was once using the break, just using the linebackers. So right here, you can see, I don't know who was making the play there, but I think it was the linebacker who was instantly in the backfield. And they were going back to the play. You'll watch the safeties.
Yeah, after
this on snaps, the cornerbacks are dropping back. It's kind of
taking it about the 1. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Safety in the box, the other side, it looks like the shoot for this guy, but the safety right there in that hole, and then you can see obviously the backside. Where's the hole right for this running back to make a play? Everything's covered up by majority of these safeties dropping into those boxes. So here we have another look. This is obviously a run.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
You gotta like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blow. It's the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side, maybe a little gas. Yeah, a little tired, and if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting on the field and giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. He'll get this to Philip Lindsay complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. On the handoff, it's Gaskin. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Tua now on 1st down. He'll get this out wide to Gaskin. He'll go down as a gain of 6. And that'll make it 2nd down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Get outside of that, especially by hard flat. He's definitely going to get there by hard flat because he's going to shoot down to get to the hard flat space. So this is perfect for outside containment. And then this
working with a 2nd and 4.
Well, just to start the play. It's typically what you want. Then on the inside, there's no real gaps. I mean, this is pretty much any
now Tua
should be able to handle the assignment.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. And a quick throw here that's complete. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. A gain of 8 there on the play. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with decent starting field position, they're maybe only a couple completions away from field goal range. On 1st and 10, Prescott going to take a shot for Gallup. Oh, tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Good shit, good shit.
And the Dolphins are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
Next up, we got the 2 deep gap shot.
Well, indeed, trying to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And we're going to get a timeout. With 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Tua, a final shot before half. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Both teams likely making their final adjustments before the 2nd half. So, time for us to go back downstate to Miami.
All right, fellas. See if we can put our foot on the gas.
Set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter.
Oh, don't go out.
Return from the end zone. And we will not have a run back here as the 2nd half starts with a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. A tailored two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance
Good
out.
run, good run.
That mythological thing that we do. If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer.
Zeke have a good day, we have a good day, baby.
Nice plays.
Let's make it happen.
So it might not go off without a hitch, but it gives them time.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Elliott.
Good tackle.
Able to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Good deep, good deep. Good deep.
And the Dolphins are going to have a short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Should have threw that shit away.
That's what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've got to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see the defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. That's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
2nd and 4. Another run by Lindsey.
Come on now.
Down to the play to the 37.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays. I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
Let's look at the cover two. Make sure you put, if you don't, depending on what defense you're running, just make sure you have some speed at the edge. Because these guys are going to be...
On 1st down, Tagovailoa.
There we go.
Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Ooh, good fucking catch.
Tight end Gesicki, it's complete. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way to work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here.
Come on now.
Intercepted. Oh, they would have loved another first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt.
Coverage underneath these man coverages. That's basically the idea. Man coverages, you can't get beat and slants and stuff like that. So having
the kick by Sanders is good.
All right.
And they'll get it back with a point at 7-6. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. Pollard to return from the end zone. This one will come out to the 25 as Pollard is going to elect not to return it. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out of it.
Oh, good shoestring. Damn.
You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll run left with Pollard. And they'll get this down to the 10.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
10th carry now for Allen.
Good tackle.
Hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they wouldn't move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On second down, Elliott once more. And he'll take it into the
Excellent blocking. Excellent blocking, baby.
Ezekiel Elliott, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
If I'm in coverage, I'm in coverage. If I'm blitzing, I have my blitz base for that.
Now Zerline on and the extra point. And it's up. It's good. Our score 14-6.
We have coverage all over the place. So, like I said, really good defense. That's something that the fire. That's something that the fire.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Make sure he gets past once again. If I have time, bring this guy out is going to be a good idea, but it's not something that you have to do. It's just going to make the play a little bit better. And then see, I don't know how
the Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted.
Good D.
We can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
So we said shifting this whole thing over.
To throw on second and 10. Tua right back to Waddle, and this time he's got it.
Good shit.
Down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with this third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
A little bit closer. Maybe I'm moving out too far. You know, it's that part's a little touchy, but like I said, right here, this is pretty much the look. And I also find it's best to have this bluff blitzer all the way out and try to pull the line as much as possible.
The Dolphins on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them. Bring it up 4th down.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Throw right side. Going to be caught here by Waddle. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. Tua sets up to pass it. He's going to float this one deep right side. Nearly picked off. Well, it would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
And that's a much-needed 1st down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it.
Good shit.
Right now.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Now a dump off here complete. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Open man is Waddle complete. going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 17-yard line. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. 2 to throw again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4.
Outside, because if they do decide to between outside run. Next up, we got the safety blitz 3.
Now Tua on the bootleg here. Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
Taking this guy right here before I drop back as a user. This is pretty much going to be the look.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance.
So different look now.
Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
And that plays when you probably get a little pushback from people. A toss near the goal line, I think they're fortunate that they only ended up with no gain and not a loss.
The defense strung it out beautifully.
Normally you run more quick hitters in that situation.
Do what we do! Touchdown! Jalen Waddle, touchdown reception. And the Dolphins have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th.
The touchdown is huge, but the focus now is on the 2-point play. I don't want to say they have a cushion here, but if they don't get it, they still have a chance for outside kick.
They would need some big-time help, but you're right. There would be a shot, but the focus right now on that 2-point conversion.
Good shit, good shit.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no return on this one as a fair catch, a signal for and taken. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They go to Elliott again. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 137 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Getting 3 timeouts left, right?
I think you got to use one here, don't you?
I bet I'd use one right here.
Prescott. He's got his man. It's Gallup. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. The give is to Elliott. And they get this one down to about the 17. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Elliott. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts, as they'll stop them with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
You know, shotgun look like this because you don't know, sometimes you don't know which direction to go. So it's best to play like this to do the backside guy.
And probably the wise decision there. No one open, he just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming.
So it's against shotgun, you know where the lines is going. The backside guys
Zerline's kick is up and through. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity in the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
You're doing this against somebody who has an option running. Let's say it's like a second and long or third long.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself
good shit.
things up for an easier shot at it.
See if they can do it. Might be easier said than done.
Probably time for 2 more shots, and ideally, they'd like to get in the midfield or so they have a chance at a Hail Mary on the final play.
So whether it's in center back or shotgun, you can see, I'm not that guy. You can see this guy here. He just comes straight off the edge. There's nothing there. I wish he took more of a linear pass.
Now Tua.
But it's still a pretty good. So that's the bottom line.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
Good shit. Good motherfucking game. Good game, cuz. Good game, man.
So for those of little faith, guess what?
Killed my dude.
It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. Extra point being good by Sanders. And it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at it from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone, tip it around and catch it. You've got to have guys back there to defend that, but also you can't allow the quarterback as much time as he wants to set up and throw it. Maybe you bring a little extra pressure and make sure you get rid of it quick.
Heartbreaker for us. Heartbreaker, baby.
So this is a good base defense. I find that I typically want to have it lined up, man aligned, and kind of looking like a 5-2. I'll take the guy over the running back in hopes that the running back doesn't, go out on a pattern, and I can kind of, I can run free. But ultimately, I have the option of putting one of the defensive ends in either a curl flat or a hard flat or whatever extra stuff I want to do. Typically, I want to do that on whatever side has the most receivers. I find that against run defense, it really doesn't make a huge difference to do that. You can see, they're pretty much a coverage sack. I really didn't do too much. But, good coverage on whether it's run or pass. Typically, if you're against a 3-wide set, you don't want to do it. Like I'm in a 3-wide set, I'm at a disadvantage here with the linebacker. But if you're going against heavy sets, you'll find it's a pretty good base defense against both. Next up, we got the FS Fire 3. So this is something I typically use as a run defense. To bring this guy down here, so he's right at the line. And then typically I either hard flat or I'll straight up just blitz this guy, make sure he has outside contain. Typically cover 3s are not that great when it comes to runs to the edge. But with that type of setup, it's going to force a lot of runs back inside like I did there. So we have essentially a stretch. The stretch a little iffy, but if we set this up properly, we're going to have pretty much good outside run containment and inside run containment. As you can see, pretty much another option to go back inside. Against inside runs, there's no real difference in setup. You have the option to put the defensive line on pinch, but I find it's not really necessary. It's pretty good gap control, and you can see that if you're running the direction of the safety, you have a free defender who's stopping the run by himself a lot of times. Except we have the Mike Sam Crash Press. So this play here, all I'm going to do is I'm going to shift the whole line and bring this guy here out of it. Then I'm going to put this guy here on a bluff blitz and bring it down into the gap and guess the pass. That's pretty much what we're going to do all she wrote. Get some edge pressure, get some A-gap pressure. As you can see right here, basically it's a switch.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction of the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D.
All right, let's try not to get our feelings hurt, fellas.
Baltimore Ravens. Greg Zuerlein's got it teed up, and off we go from Arlington.
Took our foot off the gas.
Signal for and taken successfully.
So here we are. This is a good pass defense. We have a lot of safeties at linebackers, so that's going to help me with speed. You have linebackers at defensive ends. Typically, they'll have a little bit of more mobility, a little bit more, more present ability to cover the higher zone coverages. I typically want to put one of the defensive ends, whichever one is on the side, put it more receivers or more space. This actually this side, actually this side.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson, eluding the pressure right. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm, they had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go play action now. Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions. And here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, you stand in the pocket. They just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion.
Ooh, I fucked myself up. Oh, he gone. Good shit. Good shit.
J.K. Dobbins, 64 yards. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs. And that one certainly fell into the latter category. That deserves a couple exclamation points.
I think defensively, when you look at a play like that, that's when everyone looks at their teammates and starts shaking their heads a little bit, because now you're wondering, what are we in for? Worked all week to try to limit the big playability that he possesses, and he winds up taking one to the house in the very first quarter. That was a tremendous run.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats.
Next up, we got the strong safety blitz 2. So this play right here, I'm just going to bring this guy down outside a little bit. Shift away, and then we're going to go and catch this guy right here on the inside. We have to make the position so that he's going right to up here. So now we have him in an A-gap. Then we're just going to guess the pass and put this guy down.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott.
My fault, my fault.
The 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Pressure. So right here, I mean, if you want to do it the other way, where you're, say you can bring this guy over, so I can switch this guy, make him a blitzer, it really doesn't matter. But it typically has to be this setup where you have to be on this side of the play. So,
all right, we ready now. We ready.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Blocker a little bit more.
They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gain, they can run that play on any down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Shifting the line away, gets some pass. We forgot we got to put this guy in.
Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out, but I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Prescott's throws
good D.
Cooper here. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's got to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up a big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Like here, he's going to run. If you run it inside zone, he's running in that direction.
3rd and short yardage, Prescott. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. It will knock that one away and force a 4th down.
Oh, big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. Open man layup. It's complete. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield.
Well, they picked up the first down, but I was going to say I didn't like it before the ball was snapped, and I don't like it now that they picked it up. Think about field position on their own side of the 50. They don't get it. They put their defense in a bad spot, and it's just not a decision that pays off very often.
It wasn't 4th and a yard. There was some meat on that bone.
There really was. Fortunate to get it in that situation, but not a call I would make very often. It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper, and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what he said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about covering them with one guy, they think that's a personal affront. They feel like if they can't just beat one defender, then they're not very good.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
So they got picked up pretty good, but the running back did get pushed. The guy did push the running back in the quarterback's face. Well,
this is Elliott. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play call, and you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back.
Good shit.
Play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before.
Get some Gatorade. Get some Gatorade.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Two-time formation is like a third round, fourth round type of defense. This is no exception. So if your opponent really needs a lot of yards fast,
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
He's safety did a good job of dropping down in place. So if it is some sort of inside zone or something like that, they do a pretty decent job of taking it away. Like I said, you're not going to get a lot of passing teams. So this counter formation is really good when it comes to passing situations. Next up, we got the cover 2.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott.
Good shit.
Intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This one out quickly to Watkins. Tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is off your availability. This is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and even big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
The only thing is, you don't really have a lot to take away inside you can't protect the defense.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. 83 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Play action. Now Jackson. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
We have a lot of covered sacks, a lot of interceptions. Pretty solid defense. We covered 2 cornerback here. I basically just base it on thing and then show blitz a lot of times, although you don't necessarily do that with a cover 2 cornerback if you split out wide.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down.
That's a really good extra.
Here's Jackson. Buying time to his left. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. It's a scintillating run by Lamar Jackson as the Ravens push
Looking bad, fellas, looking bad.
Tucker now to add the point after.
Move this guy back. Bring my guy down. This guy right here.
And it's good to make it 14-0.
Myself and keep the spy so draw the attention to the line a little bit better. And you can see right here, ultimately, it gets fast.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
But yeah, that was the part that I missed there. If you guess fast, you don't hesitate to get him with you. Just be screaming. But you can see here, he just like kind of stops up because maybe there's things that could possibly be a run, but ultimately we get a smoother transition to guess pass. So I'm going to do it again.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere.
Oh, that's game.
Looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that has ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together?
That's game, fellas, that's game. Y'all don't want it.
From 17 yards out, and the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 21-0.
It's a pretty good run defense. First play didn't really work out too well, but ultimately, not only uses that fine, it's pretty solid.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Like I said, right here we have 3 receivers, 4 actually, including back. So this is something where...
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
It's really going to be a run like that. Anyway, it won't be a run in the direction of the quarterback really, so a shift in that direction. That's pretty much the adjustment. So right here,
about set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that.
Damn, Dak.
And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
Good game, good game, good game.
This one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
You've had enough, fellas. Throw in the towel on that shit.
So we're going to pinch one more time. You can align. You can hit Y triangle, then base align, so that your coverage is a little bit further back with the cornerbacks. Because obviously you don't want that to be pinched. But like I said, this is pretty much a look at the safety down the box. I don't think I did the bluff blitz, and I'm also going to put my dude in. Make sure I guess pass as always. Like I said, I come right over this tackle, right over the guard, or guard center combo. I mean, and just try to pull it right there because ultimately we're just coming around the edge anyway. He actually got chopped, but he got over and got the sack anyway. So pinching him one more time, bringing this guy in, guess pass. Like I said, base aligning, get him back, and block blitz my boy here. Like I said, it doesn't really matter what gap you're in, but trying to pull this, pull the line in one direction is typically going to help. And then we get an easy sack because he comes flying through. A little bit of a switch block right there, but you can see it's coming off that edge quick. Next up, we got the underslope 2. This play I find best just to pinch the defense. That's pretty much all you have to do. And then guess pass. I also like to bring this guy down right over the gap. And I find that this is going to do best to get the edge defender off. As you can see here, he just comes around the edge, pretty much hiding from the running back, even though he's in the area. So, like I said, it's just RB, R1, and then down on the left stick, and then just walk this guy down into the gap and guess pass. Like I said, it's always most important when it comes to getting fast edge pressure before you drop back. There, I don't know what happened. You kind of got that was a dumb animation, to be honest with you. That was a cheese animation where the running back blocked with his back. I'll go to the replay on that. That looked exactly like I think it did. So let's go and let's watch that one more time. Like I said, it looks like he's around the edge here, and somehow the guy came back in. I mean, that's just a stupid animation that got triggered, but he definitely should have got that sack. So we'll do it one more time. Pinching, bringing this guy down, guessing pass. That's really all we have to do to make this a consistent edge rush. And you see right there, he gets sacked by his running back because we got a dumb animation again, but it counts. That's all that matters. Next up out of the quarter, we got the cover 2 spy. This is something that only really works in empty backfield looks, but for some reason, all you really have to do is bring this linebacker down over this guard, and you're going to see this cornerback a lot of times just goes right around the edge. I mean, this defense is kind of glitchy as far as that's concerned. Even if he doesn't necessarily go right around the edge, a lot of times he just misses. I'm only guessing pass too, by the way. But a lot of times the tackles just don't really watch the animations. It just goes right around them. So this is something that I wasn't really using too good, but this is something that definitely.
Should I go one more? No, that's enough warming up.
So all I'm doing is bringing around the guard here. He just loops right around and he runs into trouble. So I don't know what it is about this particular play. It's not a lot of playlooks, but it's an absolute glitch.